What's up YouTube? I know I have not posted a video in almost a year, but what we will be speaking about today is so crazy. I literally had to come out of content retirement. Now, I would consider myself a pretty politically correct person, or whatever y'all want to call it, liberal, whatever. I believe in human rights, LGBTQ rights, and all of that. But I am also a person with opinions and thoughts of my own, and I don't always agree with everything. There needs to be times where we draw lines, okay? And a line in this situation we're about to get into was definitely crossed, and it shouldn't have been. But anyways, we're about to get into the video. Grab yourself a drink. I got some brandy on the rocks, actually, so.
Go gym! Men! Grown men! With big
Shit.
women's locker room! And that's why I'm getting kicked out, and I want to make sure the girls know.
Okay, let them know then.
Everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm done with it. It's stupid.
Okay.
It's dangerous.
All right.
Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
How are you?
Did you tell me or not that women like
So this is the, I'm not trying to get into the misgendering thing. This is the woman in question right here, that she is saying was a man that was in the locker room, okay? Just letting y'all, I'm setting the scene for y'all, okay?
Ask me a question.
Exactly. Get out of the way. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports.
This topic is a slippery slope for a myriad of different reasons. Specifically, there's a lot of discourse around transgender women in women's bathrooms, and that's always been a discussion. It's always been a debate topic. I believe I believe transgender women in women's bathrooms opposed to in locker rooms completely exposed are two completely different situations, and I feel like we should all be able to completely agree on that. Bathrooms and locker rooms aren't the same thing. Now, locker rooms may have bathrooms, so I understand how things can get misconstrued and how that can become very slippery of a slope. But there's a difference between being in a stall, using the bathroom where, yes, you are naked in the stall, but you are completely covered up. And as a straight man, I'm already very uncomfortable completely changing in the locker room. I'll take off my shirt. I might swap out my pants, but I keep my underwear on, bro. I will change at home, and if it's very desperate, I will go into a stall. For one, I don't want a bunch of people to see me naked. For two, I don't want to see nobody else naked. But I do understand why people change in the locker room, because there's a level of comfortability, even if you don't really want to see another dude, or in a woman's case, another woman naked. Even if you don't want to see that, there is a level of comfortability with the same gender, a level of, holy shit, this siren's loud as fuck. And you already know women are naturally more comfortable being naked around each other than men are. They just naturally are. They change in front of their friends and all that. Where that becomes a problem is when said transgender person still has male genitalia. That I can't imagine feeling comfortable changing at all in that circumstance as a woman. Even if the said transgender person is the most calm, peaceful, nice person you ever meet, there are enough predators out there where I just wouldn't even want to take the chance if I was a woman with something like that. I mean, you see predators in the gym all the time. Matter of fact, just about 10 days ago in Maryland, a man was arrested for dressing up and pretending to be a woman to get into a woman's locker room in Planet Fitness and recording women while taking showers, okay? Recording them changing, taking showers, disguised as a woman. And that's why it is a very slippery slope when it comes to these locker rooms is, yes, you could identify as a woman, but if you don't have the woman parts, the other women are not going to feel comfortable. Now, let's say you are in the midst of your transition and you aren't comfortable in the man's bathroom and you identify as a woman. I feel like there are other ways to go about changing. I mean, you can change at home, you can change in a car, or even you could just go to a bathroom stall, a regular bathroom stall. Like if you are so uncomfortable, you don't have any plans on harming anybody, but you need to change in the place you feel most comfortable, go to a bathroom stall where you were completely covered up. That's so easy. You're still in the women's locker room technically, but you are completely covered the fuck up. Nobody should be able to see that. No woman wants to see a dick while they're trying to change, and it feels like they're being watched, especially because this transgender person is still rather male presenting. I'm not. I know I'm not the judge of it. I know whatever. But yeah, I can completely see how being in a gym and being in a locker room and changing in your most vulnerable state, butt booty naked, and you see somebody that still looks a little masculine with a fucking dick and balls. I feel like y'all are missing that. Like that's just not comfortable. That's not a comfortable situation to be in. I know people hate when they do the whole imagine if it was your mother, your sister, your little cousin, your wife, your significant other. I know people hate that, but I'm not gonna lie. My sister calls me, my little cousin calls me and says that there was somebody with full-fledged dick and balls in the locker room with them. Gang, I'm heated. I'm heated. There's no way around it. I'm like, well, did you know what their gender? I'm not asking. You don't ask questions in the moment, bro. You need to remove yourself from that situation if you don't feel comfortable. Now, I've seen a woman get backlash for how she handled the situation and how she stepped out and how she, put on a scene or whatever. But personally, I understand why she did it. First off, you can't tell somebody how to react to something like that. If you feel violated and uncomfortable, you can't tell somebody how to react to that. Two, it seems as if she was trying to make it known to the other woman there that there is somebody that is going to be in that locker room with male genitalia. And I can respect wanting to let other women know so that they don't have to deal with that same uncomfortable situation of getting completely naked in front of a male presenting woman. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I don't do any of that misgendering stuff. But at the end of the day, that is a very dangerous precedent to set.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym. And I think this is probably happening at gyms across America, where like trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed a sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a f about how women feel.
And that brings a very, very valid point. There has to be a level of self-awareness of the situation that you're in and how that can make people around you feel. You know what? It's probably best that you did get banned from that gym because they clearly don't care about the safety of women and other women around, okay? Because that's just a situation where it's like, I understand the slippery slope and the politics of it all, but women's safety needs to come first. We've seen enough of these situations go the other way and go wrong to say that I just don't want to see that happen to anybody else when it doesn't have to. There are alternatives to this that can make everybody in this situation feel comfortable, such as changing in a stall or changing at home or changing in the car if you are not comfortable changing in the men's locker room. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you no. You have to get in that men's locker room and change. It's something you don't want to do, but you absolutely, especially if you have not transitioned, if you still have male genitalia, it is just like I am so not okay with you just flaunting that shit in the open while other people are changing. Like, this shouldn't be a discussion. This shouldn't be something people get canceled over. This shouldn't be something you debate. It's just point blank period wrong. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, man. I might start posting again. We'll just have to see if more crazy shit happens. But damn. Of course, it's Prodigy here, and make sure y'all like and subscribe.